Hello students, welcome to Notebook. Think of an Indian city, Chennai, and an European city, Prague. Are they very different from each other, or do they have some similarities? Technology parks, private specialty hospitals, Carnatic music, and the local cuisine, dosa, are some of the things that define the city of Chennai. Prague is known for its chapels and cellars, historic gardens and palaces, potato soup and beer. Look up these cities. Find out if they are very different from each other and if they have some similarities. We'll now talk about some cities which developed in India about 4,700 years ago. Harappa is a site in present-day Pakistan. The ruins of the Harappan cities were discovered about 150 years ago. Some high-quality, well-baked bricks were found at the site. These bricks must have belonged to the buildings of the Harappan cities. The Harappan cities were divided into two or more parts. The part to the west was smaller but higher and was known as the citadel. The part to the east was larger but lower and was called the lower town. Each part of the town was enclosed by brick walls. The bricks were laid in an interlocking pattern, making the walls very strong. The citadels often housed special buildings. The city of Mohenjo-daro had a special tank called the Great Bath. The Great Bath was very well built. It was watertight and had rooms on all sides. It was watered by a well. Important people bathed in the Great Bath on special occasions. Mohenjo-daro, Harappa and Lothal had stone houses. Cities like Kalibangan and Lothal had fire altars where sacrifices were performed. The houses in the Harappan cities had either 1 or 2 stories. Rooms were well built around a courtyard. They had separate bathing areas and well-supplied water to these houses. The Harappan cities had excellent drainage systems. The drains were covered and each drain had a gentle slope. Drains from houses joined the drains on the streets. There were several inspection holes to clean the drains. People of different occupations lived in the cities. First there were the rulers. The rulers sent people to distant places to bring precious stones and metals for them. They made beautiful ornaments of gold, silver, and beads with these materials. Thus, the rulers lived a comfortable and luxurious life. There were scribes or writers who wrote on seals and other materials. Only the seals have survived. The craftspersons made several things in their homes and their workshops. The terracotta toys of Harappa have survived to this day. Objects found among the ruins of Harappa were made of stone, shell, and metal like copper, bronze, gold, and silver. The Harappans crafted and used beads, weights, blades, ornaments, weapons, and pots with beautiful black designs. The Harappan seals were made of stone and had animal figures and writings on them. Historians have not been able to decipher these writings. At Mohenjo-daro, archaeologists have found pieces of cloth attached to the lid of a silver vase and some copper objects. This tells us that cotton was grown by the people of Mohenjo-daro. Spindle whorls were also found. These whorls were made of terracotta and faience and were used to spin thread. Faience is an artificially produced material. It is produced with gum, sand, or powdered quartz and colored glaze. Beads, bangles, earrings, and tiny vessels were made from faience. Why did the objects found in Harappa and Mohenjo-daro have such finesse or fine finish? This is because they were made by specialists. A specialist is a person who is trained to do one kind of work. He or she does that work over and over again till perfection is achieved. From where did the craftspersons in these cities get their raw material? Raw materials are substances that are found in nature, like wood or ores of metal. Farmers or herders may also produce raw material like cotton. People then work on these raw materials, process them, and produce finished goods or products. Some of the raw materials were available locally like cotton. They imported or brought other raw materials like copper, gold, silver, and tin from distant places. People in the villages and those living in the cities were connected to each other. They depended on each other and exchanged products. The farmers in the villages grew wheat, barley, pulses, peas, rice, sesame, linseed, and mustard. The herders raised cattle. The farmers and herders supplied food to the craftspersons, scribes, and rulers in the cities. New farming tools like the plough and new and well-developed irrigation systems could be found in Harappa. We'll now take a closer look at the Harappan towns in Gujarat. The fertile city of Dholavira was situated in the Rann of Kutch in present-day Gujarat, and it was divided into 3 parts. Each part was surrounded by large stone walls. There were large open areas where public ceremonies were held. One of the most important discoveries in the ruins of Dholavira was some large letters of the Harappan script. They were carved out of white stone and inlaid in wood. The city of Lothal, close to the Gulf of Khambat, was an important center for making objects out of stone, shell, and metal. Many seals and ceilings have been found in a large storehouse in the city. Ceilings are the impressions of seals on clay. Around 3,900 years ago, the cities in Harappa started declining or growing weaker. Living conditions deteriorated or became bad. Garbage piled on the streets, and the excellent drainage system broke down. Archaeologists have not been able to say what exactly caused these changes. The possible reasons could be floods, deforestation or loss of forest covers, and loss of control by rulers. New cities developed in India 1,400 years later. Do cities of today share some common features with Harappan cities? Discuss with your friends and note down your observations. See you soon in our other videos. Till then, keep learning.